Hi, I'm Lauren Condon, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to mask your identity using pieces of literature such as 1984, Lord of the Flies, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and Macbeth. First, we're going to be talking about Lord of the Flies. In Lord of the Flies, there were many symbolic masks, but the most important one was the pig's blood that Jack used to paint his face. The pig's blood is very symbolic because it brought out Jack's inner savagery and made him believe that he was able to do anything because he was wearing a mask. To achieve a mask like Jack in Lord of the Flies, first of all, you're going to need some pig's blood. And you are going to apply this with 2 fingers like you would with any other mask. And there you go, Jack's mask from Lord of the Flies. In the story Macbeth, it demonstrates people wearing masks and hiding their identity and their true feelings. Macbeth is the main character in the story and was a tragic war hero. This is because he had too much blind ambition, primarily from his wife, Lady Macbeth. In the beginning of the story, Macbeth was told by Lady Macbeth to look like an innocent flower but be the serpent underneath. This shows how Macbeth was told to act like everything was fine and it was like a normal day, but underneath know his true feelings and what he was there to do, which was kill King Duncan. To mask your identity and your true feelings like Macbeth, you simply have to do what Lady Macbeth told him to do, which is Jack and Macbeth both have an excessive amount of pride, which is known as hubris. Hubris is very common in a lot of tragic heroes that leads to their downfall. In the story 1984 by George Orwell, it demonstrates a totalitarian society that forces everyone to be alike and have no individuality. The inner party are manipulated into believing in the society Big Brother through fear of being vaporized. This shows that no one can have their own individuality because they are forced and manipulated to be alike. To mask your identity, like Winston in 1984, you're first going to need a pair of overalls. Overalls is what all of the inner party members wore, and it made them all look alike and have no individuality. Second, you're going to have a notebook where you write all your true feelings and not express them. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is a story written by Maya Angelou and is about her childhood growing up in the Great Depression and the emotions and roller coaster that was her childhood. The way Maya wore masks was that she wore a protective shield that blocked off all her emotions, causing her to suppress all her feelings and to keep everything in. To achieve a mask like Maya's, you're going to need a protective shield to block off everyone that comes and wants to help with your feelings. This will cause you to suppress all your emotions and not let anything out. Maya and Winston from I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings in 1984 both wore social masks, which caused them to make them feel better and to not be noticed. In the story 1984, Winston and all of the other inner party members' identity was stolen from them. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime all around the world. When your identity is stolen, it is a long process filled with paperwork and just trying to get at least your identity back. To avoid getting your identity stolen, you don't want to share your social security with anyone. You don't want to respond to requests on the internet or anything like that ask for your personal information. You want to always monitor your bank accounts, and you should keep your documents that are personal safe. Amy Krebs was a victim of identity theft, and she constantly is sharing her story about the horrors of what it's like for your identity to be taken from you, which is something Winston and the inner party members can always relate to. And that is how you mask your identity using the 4 pieces of literature that are I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Macbeth 1984, and Lord of the Flies.